Hello, good morning, and welcome to lesson 53 of this B1 course. My name is Ellen, and we will be working through a vocabulary lesson today looking at prepositions, particularly dependent prepositions. Okay, so first of all, let's start by remembering what is a preposition. Okay, in today's lesson, we will remember what a preposition is, look at some verbs, nouns and adjectives with their dependent prepositions, and we will notice some common collocations to speed up vocabulary acquisition. This will always help you to remember new words. Don't just learn one word on its own, learn a couple of words together or even a phrase, a sentence, an example sentence, I think really helps speed up vocabulary acquisition. And we will work through lots of exercises to practice the new language. Okay, so we've got lots to get through today, lots of new vocabulary, so have a notebook and a pen ready to make notes, to record new vocabulary, to write examples to help you remember. Okay, and let's start off by remembering what a preposition is. What is a preposition? This is my cat. She's on the table. That's a preposition. Okay, that man is running away. Zombies, help! Where are they? And somebody says, behind you. Behind is a preposition. My cat is on the table. Behind you is a preposition. What time shall we go to the restaurant? The table is booked for 7 o'clock, so let's meet at 10 to 7. We've got three prepositions there, for, at, to. Where should we meet? In front of the station. In front of, three words, but still a preposition. So prepositions give more information about direction. For example, look to the right and you'll see our destination. Time. We've been working since 10 o'clock this morning. Location. We saw a film at the cinema. Space. The cat sat on the table when you didn't want her to, but she sat on the table. Okay, so these prepositions are more literal. You can understand something more specific from these prepositions, and I imagine these are quite familiar to you. Now we're going to look at some dependent prepositions. But what is a dependent preposition? Okay, here are more examples that are familiar to you. But what is a dependent preposition? Okay, the use of some prepositions is not obvious. So these prepositions, behind, in front of, next to, between, under, in, on, at, for, about, they're more obvious. The meaning is clearer. But a dependent preposition is not obvious. A dependent preposition is a preposition that naturally goes with certain verbs, nouns, or adjectives. And let's look at some examples. Okay, here we're going to look at lots of examples today. I've chosen lots of vocabulary because it's very useful, and I also imagine a lot of it is familiar, or some of it at least will be familiar to you. So this is not all new vocabulary, but I just want to refresh your memory. I think it's very important that you have a notebook and you make a note of these prepositions and the collocations, the verb, the noun, the adjective that goes with the preposition. Okay, so let's look at the first set of examples that we have, which are verbs and prepositions. So here we have apologize for something, apologize to someone. For example, he apologized to his girlfriend for forgetting her birthday. Another verb and preposition. Agree on something, agree with someone. So in this picture, he agreed on the deal with his business partner. Believe in something. She believes in zombies. Listen to something or listen to someone. She listened to every word he said. Explain something to someone. Okay, I'm explaining verbs and prepositions and dependent prepositions to you. In this picture, she explained the plan to the students. Okay? So these are the 5 verb and prepositions we've been looking at. You should make a note, or you could make a note of these in your notebook, and maybe you could write an example to help you remember. I'm going to give you some more examples in the next slide, where we're going to have questions with all of these verbs and prepositions to help you remember them. Okay, so we've got apologize for something, apologize to someone, agree on something, agree with someone, believe in something, believe in someone, listen to someone or something, and explain to someone. Okay, so here are the questions, speaking practice for you, so you can pause the slide if you would like to give yourself time to answer the questions. Do you normally apologize for your mistakes? Do you recognize your mistakes and think, ooh, I want to apologize for my mistakes? Maybe it depends on who you're apologizing to. So do you normally apologize for your mistakes? Do you agree on where to go on holiday with your family? Do you agree with each other, or do you have an argument? And one person wants to go here, another person wants to go there. Do you agree on where to go with your family? What do you believe in? This could be a very philosophical question, very deep question, or maybe you believe in ghosts. What do you believe in? What genre of music do you like to listen to? Do you like to listen to jazz, classical music, folk music, hip-hop? What genre of music do you like to listen to? Are you good at explaining things to children? Okay, when explaining things to children, you need to break everything down. It needs to be very simple but complete. And are you good at explaining things to children, or do you find it frustrating? Okay, so there we go. There's lots of verbs and their dependent prepositions. And now we're going to look at noun and their dependent preposition, nouns and dependent prepositions. So here we have a lack of something. He opened his wallet and realized he had a lack of money. No money. A demand for something. The company has a demand for new administrative staff. Trouble with someone or trouble with something. She looks very concerned about that piece of paper, the information on that piece of paper. The trouble with the price was what I had bought. I had bought too much, sorry. The trouble with the price was I had bought too much. She's been shopping and she's a bit stressed about the money she spent. A rise in something. There has been a rise in petty crime. And finally, a desire for something. She's really wishing for something. She wants to be famous. She has a desire for fame. Okay, a desire for. So the nouns and prepositions that we've looked at, make a note of these in your notebook. A lack of, a demand for, the trouble with, a rise in, a desire for. Okay, as you'll notice with these prepositions, dependent prepositions, it's not logical. You need to learn the expression as a whole. Not just a lack of. Not just a demand for. Okay, so let's look at some questions to help you remember those nouns and prepositions. Is there a lack of anything in your kitchen cupboards? Maybe you're going to cook something later and you haven't got a crucial ingredient. Is there a lack of anything in your kitchen cupboards? What is there a demand for in your country? Is there a societal need for something? Is there just something, maybe your city or town needs more parks or things for enjoyment, more cinemas? But a demand for something, maybe it's something a bit more serious like housing, or what could it be? Hopefully not food. There we go. And what is the trouble with chocolate? I know what my trouble with chocolate is. What is the general trouble with chocolate? Is it because it's so delicious? Has there been a rise in crime where you live? Or maybe not crime, maybe there's been a rise in pollution or employment, we hope, maybe unemployment. Has there been a rise in crime where you live? Do you have a desire for something to improve your life? I imagine you do. I think we all do. And what would that desire be? What do you desire for? Okay, so practice answering those questions to help you remember those collocations. And the next ones we have are adjectives with prepositions. So the first one, proud of someone. When he got his degree, he was so proud of himself. Very important to have your self-esteem augmented in some way, and he was very proud of himself. Annoyed with someone. She looks very annoyed. Who is she annoyed with? She was very annoyed with her parents. Interested in something, interested in someone. He is very interested in woodwork. He is focusing very hard, he's working very hard, he is very interested in woodwork. Okay, addicted to something. She is addicted to smoking. Scared of something or scared of someone. She was scared of the zombies. She was watching a film and she was scared of the zombies. Okay, and the last one, this little boy was excited about something. Look at his face, he's very excited about something. The child was so excited about receiving a letter. Okay, so here are the adjectives and prepositions. I'd like you to make a note of each of them. Proud of, annoyed with, interested in, addicted to, scared of, excited about. Okay, make a note of those adjectives and prepositions. Write them down. Okay, and now we're going to have some speaking practice to help you remember those adjectives and prepositions. First question. Who are you most proud of in your family? Are you proud of one of your children? Are you proud of your parents, a brother, a sister? Who are you most proud of in your family and why? Are you annoyed with someone? Who and why? Are you annoyed with someone in your family or a friend? Maybe somebody at work has done something. Who are you annoyed with and why? What subject are you interested in? Are you interested in woodwork, like the man in the photograph? Are you interested in science, like me? Are you interested in English, like all of us, I think, studying the language? What subject are you interested in? Have you ever been addicted to something? I hope not, but maybe you have been addicted to something. And as a child, were you scared of anything? Were you scared of the dark? Were you scared of spiders? As a child, were you scared of anything? And finally, what are you excited about? What are you excited about? Have you got a holiday, a new job, a new house? Are you getting married? What are you excited about? Okay, so there are lots of collocations there that we've looked at in those questions and those photographs to help you remember those dependent prepositions and the verb, the noun, the adjective that they go with. Okay, I told you to write them down each time. I also think it will be very important for you to write down an example that is important to you, that helps you remember. I've given you some ideas, but write something personal. Maybe make posters that you can put on your wall to help you remember. Draw pictures. All of these things help you to remember the vocabulary. Okay, now we're going to have a look at a general overview. And in task 1, we're going to look at 8 sentences, and I would like you to complete them with a missing preposition. Okay, so we've got on, in, at, about, for. Have I forgotten any? You should know because you'll have them written down in front of you. Okay, so here is sentence number 1. He apologized. His dad crashing his car. He truly believes himself. He knows he will be successful. Number 3. The teacher explained the exam her students. Number 4. We were annoyed the school for the lack information. Number 5. My son always plays computer games. He is addicted them. Number 6. I'm so excited. My holidays. Number 7. The trouble, the weather, is the fact it is unreliable. And number 8. He has a desire, a house and a family. Okay, I'd like you to pause the recording if you need to and complete those sentences with a preposition. Then we'll come back together and look at the answers. Okay, welcome back. How did you get on? Are you starting to remember automatically which preposition is needed? Let's have a look at the answers and see how you got on. So number 1, he apologized to his dad for crashing his car. Number 2, he truly believes in himself. He knows he will be successful. Number 3, the teacher explained the exam to her students. Number 4, we were annoyed with the school for the lack of information. Number 5, my son always plays computer games. He is addicted to them. Number 6, I am so excited about my holidays. Number 7, the trouble with the weather is the fact it is unreliable. Number 8, he has a desire for a house and a family. Okay, I hope that you got those correct, and if not, I hope that you realize your mistake and you won't make it again. Okay, so that was task 1, where we had to complete with a preposition. Now in task 2, this is a little bit more challenging. You have to complete with a noun, a verb, or an adjective. You will look at the sentence and think of the context, look at the preposition, and that will help you to identify what noun, verb, or adjective is needed. Okay, so number 1, they with each other on a suitable solution to the problem. Okay, and also you might need to change the tense if it's a verb. That's it, of course. Number 2, be quiet and to the instructions. Number 3, when their son won the football match, they were so of him. How did they feel? Number 4, I studied biology at university because I am very in understanding the natural world. Number 5, my sister is of spiders. Number 6, there are many homeless people. There is a for more housing. And the last one, number 7, with so many cars on the road, there has been a in pollution. Okay, so pause the recording on that slide and think of the noun, the verb, the adjective that is missing. So look at the preposition, look at the context of the sentence, and identify the missing word. Okay, and then we'll come back together and look at the answers. So pause the recording here. Okay, welcome back. Let's have a look at the answers together. Here we go. Task 2, the answers. Number 1, they agreed with each other on a suitable solution to the problem. Number 2, be quiet and listen to the instructions. Number 3, when their son won the football match, they were so proud of him. Number 4, I studied biology at university because I am very interested in understanding the natural world. Number 5, my sister is scared of spiders. Number 6, there are many homeless people. There is a demand for more housing. Number 7, with so many cars on the road, there has been a rise in pollution. Okay, how did you get on there? I hope that wasn't too difficult, and again, with the prepositions, with the nouns, the verb, the adjectives, they're starting to go together. They're starting to sound correct to you and automatic. That's what we need to work for, is it to be automatic. Okay, in the last task today, we're going to look at different pictures, and I want you to think what the people are thinking. So here, what do you think they are thinking? Okay, you can write things in the speech bubbles, in the thought bubbles. And what are they thinking? What is he apologizing for? Who is he apologizing to? And here, what are these people thinking? What are they agreeing on, and who are they agreeing with? It looks like a business situation. What do you think they are agreeing on? What is she thinking? She has got trouble with something, maybe with a receipt or a note that she's reading. What do you think? Use your imagination. What is she thinking? What does she have trouble with? And what is she thinking? What does she have a desire for? She's really wishing hard for something. What do you think she has a desire for? Write your ideas in the speech bubble. And this gentleman, what is he thinking? He looks very proud of himself, and so he should be. What do you think? Maybe what has he got a degree in, or maybe it's another qualification? What do you think? And what is she thinking? She looks very annoyed with someone about something. What do you think? What is she thinking? And what is she thinking? She looks very scared of something. What is she thinking? And finally, this little boy, what is he excited about? He is so super excited. What do you think he is thinking? What is he excited about? Okay, so that activity, that task just gave you the opportunity to use more varied language and for you to be freer with your English and more natural with your English. Meanwhile, thinking about the collocations, the dependent prepositions. Maybe you used them, maybe you didn't, but at least you were listening to them and thinking about them. Okay, very good, well done. I hope that you've enjoyed today's lesson and got something out of it. And I also hope that you can join me for next lesson, which is lesson 54, when we will remember how to form the zero, the first and second conditional. We will notice the differences in meaning, and we will work through some exercises, as we always do. We will practice using the language, we'll see it in action, and then we'll practice using it. And of course, we will have some speaking practice as well to help you improve your confidence in English. I hope you've enjoyed today's lesson, and the cat has been with me on the table the whole time, keeping an eye on the situation. So thank you for joining me. Join me next time, and see you next time. Have a good day. Bye bye. Thank you.